Yo, what's poppin'? So, gonna do the DPS tier list now, and yeah, it's gonna be good, probably. But let's start over at the bottom of NA, I guess, because I have Decay, Happy, and Assassin over here. So Decay's kind of rough because Washington kind of suck, but I don't think it's because of Decay's performance. Yeah, the dives aren't just synced, but I think Decay's been fine. I could put him B at lowest, but I'm thinking A still just because of his raw skill and how good he is. Then Happy has definitely been better than Decay, more consistent. Honestly, maybe Decay's going B and Happy's going A. That might be fair. And then Assassin has played like a decent amount, I guess. Not so much as much as Decay or Happy. I mean, maybe I'll put Decay A, Happy A, and then Assassin B. Assassin B, rather. Yeah, that makes sense. Then looking at King, he hasn't played yet. Mirror, I think Nero's been really bad. I'm gonna put him D. His Genji play had like 4 minute plus of just no, but he like didn't build a blade on like a Sugar Rail offense. He just looks really bad most of the time, and straight up just not good. Aspire though, Aspire's going to A for me. He's definitely not the reason Vancouver's been bad. He has literally killed 6 in fights, and they've lost them somehow. I don't know how. I honestly can put him above Decay. I think he's been that good. I could see a world above Happy, but I just actually don't. I can't do that. Although has not played at all since kickoff clash. Probably a C tier. I wasn't that happy with him in kickoff. I could see a D. I don't like A at all. He's not really gonna change because he didn't really play, so he's just gonna have to stay C. Finale. I still think his tracer is really good, but that's all I'm really willing to give him. His Genji's is all right, I guess. His Echo was really bad at the start of this qualifier, and he's basically just a Tracer Genji player. I had him A in Kickoff Clash, I believe, but I'm gonna put him B, I think. Probably above Assassin though. I like him above Assassin. Top of B maybe for now. Hisu's an easy A for me, probably. I'm thinking above Happy or below. The thing with Hisu is he's so smart with how he plays, and that kind of sets him apart from like some of the other DPS. But he also has the aim to back it up. He's kind of the reason that Toronto have a chance against some of the good teams. It feels like, but when he doesn't show up, it's kind of bad. I think I'm okay with putting Happy above him, maybe, just because Happy is so good. He's so good. Hisu A makes sense to me. Sam. So I had Sam B in my rookie tier list, but I actually think that might have been wrong. I kind of like him at A now. So I'm looking at B and I'm like, eh. I think he deserves A tier at this point. He's kind of proved that he's like competing with Kilo for the same spot. And Kilo's, I'm kind of okay with Kilo going B still, though. I think Sam, like I said it before, that I think Sam's been complementing Proper a bit better than Kilo, and I think that might be a tier difference. I'll do that for now. And then Proper's going S because it's Proper. He's going to stay there for sure. Wub is going D tier. I'll put Mirror above him, though. He's been very inconsistent. Usually looks like the worst player on Paris. I like D. I think D's good. Dove. Gonna go right with him. He's been doing okay for what I expect of him, but like, I didn't expect very much. Probably the worst starting hits get in the league. I'm pretty okay with saying that. And D tier looks good. Yaki Flora. Yaki's got to go A. He's been kind of carrying New York a lot, and Flora has been there as well, but it's probably going to be a B tier. So let me try and fix this up a little bit. I'm thinking Kilo is above both of these two. Yeah, like this. I'm thinking Flora is above him even. So it probably looks like something like this. Yaki is going. Yaki's been doing what Aspire's doing, but actually even better in a way. Like I know it's a different character, different role completely, basically. But I think Yaki's been always a consistent bright spot for New York, and you kind of have to put him A because he's able to get maps just by himself. And now I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, is A tier really B tier? Because I'm seeing Potafon, and Potafon's definitely not S, but he's probably better than most of these people in A. So I'm going to do this. I think there might be a kind of a breakdown somewhere here that's going to kind of drop them back. But I'll see after I do NA. Because Potapon, the only thing is sometimes he's a little inconsistent. But other than that, his hero pool is extremely flexible. And beside Kevster, who is a definite S tier, it's hard to go wrong. Ons is a little hard because he was a little bit inconsistent. Or he wasn't even inconsistent. He was consistently he was consistently getting outdueled. But in the tournament, he was just the best player, or the best Widowmaker at least. I think. I think Ons is kind of safe in B because, yeah, he had one tournament. He showed up when it mattered, but overall, not really. He didn't actually have that show up. So I think B is a good spot. Yeah, so Backbone. Backbone's May is definitely the best in the league, and he definitely is a big reason why London can run the rush that they do. I feel like anything less than A tier is kind of a disservice because of how accurate he is with his May right clicks and how smart his walls are and stuff. It's kind of hard to rate him relative to everyone else because no one's really doing what he's doing. I am just gonna plop him. I'll plop him above Decay, I guess. Below Aspire, maybe. Sure, it's very hard to place Backbone. You could make an argument for anywhere from A to, like, anywhere on A. Below Potiphon probably is where I'd cap him, though. I could see an argument for any of those places. Shax, I think, has been good, but not great. Probably, honestly, I think Shax could be C right now. Because I'm looking at him like, well, Finale's kind of in the same role. Only I think Finale's been getting more value on the Tracer even than Shax has. Shax has not impressed me as much as I think he can. And I definitely think he could go A, but right now, I'm not really willing to put him above that. And then Sparker is... I am thinking Sparker S tier. I think he's been a huge reason for London's success. And if he isn't so smart with his flanks and how accurate he is, and how much of just a threat he is, I don't think London performed nearly as well as they did in the qualifiers. Or, well, I guess or even in the tournament, I guess, because they did beat Atlanta. I'm pretty happy with Sparker in S. Merit. Merit's like Sparker tier in a way. But maybe I'm deciding between... I don't think I can put Merit in S. Well, maybe I can, though. Why can't I? Is there any reason I can't put him here? Probably not. I don't think so. He's been up with the best of the best, just chilling. So I'm gonna put in there. Now Pelican, definitely A tier, but how high am I willing to put Pelican? He did not show up when it mattered in the tournament, which does hurt his value a lot. But when he does show up, he's like the best. He's one of the best. He's so talented. I'm thinking probably above Happy right now. I'm looking like right there. So this might be kind of a hot take to say Merit has been better than Pelican, but I think it's kind of been true. His Sojourn's been so good. Pelican, his Sojourn has been so good for Merit, and his consistency has been insane. You always know he's going to show up. Pelican has not had that same consistent impact. Now Dante on the DPS, he has no reason to be played on DPS. He's not a bad player, but like you're subbing out Pelican for him, which makes 0 sense. I'll put him above D, but like the value he's bringing to his team on damage on the few maps that he did play is not like, it's not like immense. He hasn't really been, it's pretty clear he's not been scrimming it. I'll put him above Dove and Wub, just like as a principle, but it's not been ideal. Okay, now Xe. So Xe has been, he's only had this stage. And in the Midseason Madness, I thought he was kind of mid. But then how well he played in the tournament kind of amps him up a lot. I feel as though above Aspire, or below Aspire might be good. Maybe even above. He played so well in the tournament. Nah. I'll put him below Aspire, because Aspire has been consistently game in, game out doing doing the most with what he has. A tier is definitely looking a bit crowded. There's going to be a split here. There's definitely going to be a split. I'll figure it out after the West, though. Checkmate. I think Checkmate's still got to be mid. He's just been very inconsistent. His trace has been, like, all right. But, like, honestly, I could even see a C tier for Checkmate. Yeah. I'm seeing a C tier right now. Not really. Honestly, Assassin can go here, too. I think Assassin goes, like, here. Yeah, I don't know. He is kind of inconsistent. He's really flexible, but he's never going to be the star player on Florida. It's either going to be Hydron or Exy, whoever's in beside him, and someone is always going to be better than him. And even Sir Majed, I would say. There's so many different pieces for Florida that Checkmate's never been the star, and he's never really even like been the compliment. I feel like I don't know. Hydron's definitely taken a step behind Exy, even though he's played great. I'm gonna put him right behind Exy, I think, just because he has been better for the majority of the time, but I think Exy's finally taken ahead of him. So I'll put Exy right there and then Hydron right behind him. Gurio has been... I said Dove might have been the worst starting hit scan. I'm going to actually change that and make it Gurio. I think I would rather have Dove than Gurio right now if I'm in a raw game composition or like competition right now. I think Gurio's been like catastrophically terrible. Like really bad. Just not winning any duels ever. And his stats back it up that he's bad. So Edison, I also am not rating Edison very highly at all. I think from what we've seen, I can rate him a little higher than Gurio, but like I'm not rating him either. Now Sparkle though, Sparkle's been kind of a hit for Dallas to no one's surprise. Ooh. I'm thinking about Pelican. I think Sparkle's been that guy the entire time. There's no reason to doubt him now, and he's been consistently that guy. Like maybe there's like a one match or two he didn't show up or something, but definitely up there. Seeker has not played yet. Just his birthday as I'm recording this, so he'll probably play. We'll see what he takes from Victoria, who I'm firmly placing in B tier. He's been kind of peak mid. Like he'll have some pop off moments and he'll win you some fights, but that's it. And same with Valentine. Both of these players are just kind of peak mid. And I'm gonna put them right in peak mid. I don't know. I think I like Valentine a little bit more than Victoria, so I guess I'll order it like that. But yeah, Speedily, not played yet. Probably going to S tier as soon as he does play. I think it's later this stage that he plays. Venom. Venom's just your tracer player. That's all he's getting. But he did play a lot in the tournament, and he was very good the entire tournament. But I'm putting him below Backbone, I think. Because I'm like, he's going to carry you some rounds, but outside of that, am I willing to put him in the same like carry level as Yaki has been or Aspire? Probably not. Nero. Nero's interesting because he's been very flexible and he's been very great for Atlanta, beside Kai. But I'm kind of feeling like a Sam level right now. Oh, I just overwritten. Okay. Yeah, I'm feeling like a Sam level. I'm going to put him a little bit below Sam. And then Kai is just... I don't know if he's 3 or 4 right now. I actually think Sparker might be better. Actually, I'm going to commit to that and say Sparker is better. I think Kai's like less dynamic playstyle. He's going to like sit back and he's not going to take as many flanks and he's just going to shoot. I kind of like that less than Sparker. Like Sparker is much more playmaking, and Kai's gonna sit back. But if his team can't get him the angles, then he can't like win. Sparker can get you the angles. Kai's okay. The angles that Kai needs isn't like huge. Like he can hit like 2 pixels if he sees them. But I think I'm gonna put Sparker there. I think, which is probably like a very hot take, but I don't really care. So before I go into the East, let me figure out this A tier, which is literally twice the size of B and S. I can probably just split it right here. Oh, that might be too big. Oh, I can move some guys back. Hold on. So right now I'm thinking, if this is all the guys, I'm thinking I'm cutting it at XE. I'm thinking of cutting it here, and then for C tier. Oh, this is hard. I'm thinking it's like this. Hold on. This might go crazy. Flora definitely has to be in B. Does Finale have to be in B? Probably not. I like this. No, wait. Hold on. Kilo can go at B. We're getting the proper bell curve right now. I'd be curving my tier lists. That looks good, probably. Sure. Okay, now going into the East, who are you? Same stuff as last stage. You didn't play it all in the Midseason Madness. Because he's a Genji one trick, kind of has to be B tier. I'm just gonna put him at the bottom of B. Sure. Lip has been great. Is he the same level as Sparker, Kai, and Merit? I think so. I'm gonna put him below though. He's been so consistent. Actually, I'm gonna put him above Merit, I think. Like that. Because he's always showing up for Shanghai no matter what. I think that says a lot. Because even when the rest of Shanghai is not performing, Lip is always there and he's always going to be shooting those guys. And just, like, almost carrying Shanghai. Fleta. I actually have not been impressed by Fleta almost at all. I can't think of, like, an impressive play he's made. I can't think of almost anything. I'm about to put Fleta in C tier, which is kind of crazy. But I think I just am. Like, I genuinely cannot think of a time Fleta went crazy. Because he's been, like, playing Tracer when they've been on the ball comp. But, like, his Tracer's not, like, that's not why you play Fleta. He's, like, a flex DPS that doesn't have a fantastic Tracer anymore compared to the rest of the league. So I'm just going to put him in C tier. Sure, why not? A Stalker? He was good, but he wasn't, like, going crazy on me, I felt like. He wasn't, like, dominating any games. It was mostly off of Prophet and Smurf and Vendame. So I'm thinking probably a B tier for him. Maybe, no, B tier is probably good enough. I'm thinking above Kilo, though. I don't know. Maybe I should be higher on Stalker. I'm not seeing it. The more I'm looking at Venom right here, is I'm thinking about putting him at the bottom of A, actually. Just by looking, I'm like, he deserves to be A tier. I'll put him there. Prophet is going to S tier right away. Where? Now the argument for putting Prophet above Kevster kind of hurts a little bit because Kevster kind of just won again. But I think what Prophet did in the kickoff clash is enough reason for me to still say he's been a better player throughout this entire season. Just because he basically carried them, like he basically carried Soul their kickoff clash victory still, right? That's not really ignored. I would not be willing to put him below Kevster in any capacity. Yeah, Fitz has kind of disappointed me a little bit. He did not do what I wanted him to do this stage, and that's probably because he's splitting time with Stalker. It's kind of hurt his stock a bit. And I actually think he's going to fall into B tier. Yeah. Which is unfortunate, because I think Fitz is a very good player. I'm going to put him above Backbone, though. Fitz definitely could be A tier, like, no doubt. But as of right now, he just hasn't been. Like, that last stage kind of hurt him. Like, he was probably, like, A, S tier last tournament. I can actually go back and look at my kickoff clash, which I will after I complete this, and see who's, like, fallen and stuff. But I'm just going to have to put him there for now. Zest was S tier last time. I think he's definitely taken a little bit of a step back, in my opinion. Right? Like, before he was doing so much. He was basically carrying on the Genji every game in, game out. Doesn't matter how his team was performing. He was always there. This time, he's kind of been with Philly, with whenever they've looked really bad. Zest has also not looked great, and MN3 has honestly outpeaked him more consistently, and before it was the other way around. So I think his Genji is still probably there, but I think his Tracer is not like the same level as like a Prophet Tracer of a proper Tracer that we've seen. It's just a half step behind. Definitely still A tier though, and probably debating between above or below Sparkle right now. I'm gonna put him one step behind Sparkle just because of Sparkle's consistency, but I think Zest is higher highs for sure. And then MN3, I think he's just gonna be a little bit out of S tier because of his consistency again. But he probably played the best Ashe in Overwatch history. That one match rather. So I'm gonna put him above Sparkle. Actually, I think I was debating about Potafon, but Potafon's just been so good. He's going to be like the gatekeeper of S, I think, this entire time. And then Carpe just did not play very much last stage. I thought he was playing just as well as MN3 last stage, but this time definitely not. It's hard to place Carpe because he like didn't play. But I'm thinking he's going to C tier with his fellow season 1 friend of Letta. Probably below Checkmate. This looks like kind of weird to place, but I think that is reasonable. We have to stop thinking of Carpe as that guy. Hacker has not played. Easy Han. I'm gonna put him in C tier. He's been all right on the Sojourn, but I don't think he's been as good as even Victoria. I'd rather have Carpe. I'm looking at D tier and I'm thinking, and I'm like, no, I'll put him below Shax, but above all though. Becky. Becky just trolls. Becky's super weird because you could actually see Becky just like win an entire round, like get through the entire first point of a map and then just do nothing for the rest of it. Very much a hit or miss, and just some really bad decision making and trolling. Not D tier probably because Becky like adds some value, but I'm gonna put Becky below, although probably bottom of C. Innovation. I like Innovation a lot. But I don't like Innovation that much to put him above Easy Han, or to put him below, or above Shax, rather. And then Dia is definitely the star piece of the Valiant DPS line, which is weird because Easy Han was taking the Sojourn spot, but Dia, to me, is probably looking to go right up on B. Like, you can say Dia's been better, but because he didn't get the playtime that he maybe should have, it's hard to really justify putting him any higher. Now, Alpha Yi. Okay. Alpha Yi, to me, is going actually to the top of A now, because he has the consistency that you need. His Tracer looks better than it did the stage before. His Genji's still good when they play it. He can play the Hanzo. He's been great, and he's been a fantastic complement to Shy. But I'm not going to put him in S tier. I feel like there's something that's stopping him from going to S tier. And then the question is he going above Zest? I don't remember what I put him in the rookie. I believe I put him higher than Zest now. And I feel like that in this moment, so I will do that. Pineapple has played a single map. That's not enough to really judge him. Architect has played only on Ana. He should probably be on the support tier list, I guess, so watch out there. Shy is going to S tier, and Shy is going... Where is Shy going? Shy is going above Sparker. I feel quite confident in that, actually. Yeah. No problem here. Because it's like what Sparker was doing, but like 10 times. And Shy is just carrying the Spark. Other than like the amount that Spark rely on Shy to actually just win them fights and win them maps is probably the highest on it than any other team. I can't think of it. Like maybe Shock and Proper is the only argument you could say. But without Shy, the Spark like kind of fall over and die. Without Proper, it's the same with Shock. And it's kind of, I guess you can argue that's with London, but it's not quite the same, I think, because Spark are like a higher caliber team. So relying on Shy is that much more impressive. Now Jimmy has not played yet. Afrida has not played yet. Choice A1. Okay. Choice A1 is what Yaki and Aspire are doing, but on crack cocaine. I am straight up putting Choice A1. I'm putting Choice A1 in S tier. I don't even care. He's that good. He really is that good. It's so sad that this team only has the one match win from the first match of the season, because Choice A1 deserves 12 match wins. He deserves a 12-0 record. He just doesn't have it. And honestly, yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that he's there. Leave on the Sojourn. Leave looks very good on Sojourn. No doubt in my mind. But definitely not S tier. And I'm looking at, I think A tier is fair. I'm thinking, I'm thinking above Hisu. I like this for Leave. That looks good to me. He's definitely still carrying this team. I do wish he had more flexibility, but that's how it is. I think that's a fair place to put him in. Now, finally, Jinmu. Jinmu's Tracer has been legitimately good. He's been able to compete with Zest and Prophet. Compete with them, but not actually win against them, and that's a pretty key difference. I think Jinmu's definitely going to B tier. And I'm even thinking... I'm thinking below Sam. Probably. No, I can put him above Sam. I'll put him above Sam. Right there. That's like almost peak mid, I think, for Jinmu. So, taking a look at this tier list one more time. There's a lot of people in S tier. But I think they all deserve to be there. A tier looks pretty good. I'm considering moving Who Are You to C because of his ability to only play Genji. And I'm actually considering putting Finale above. No. Yes, actually, I am. No, never mind. I changed my mind again. I'll do this. Who Are You looks a little out of place there. And then I think I'm actually going to put Becky in D tier and say no to Becky. Because the trolling is just too much. There's just too much trolling going on whenever Becky comes in. Every time. And then Aldo could go there as well, actually. Yeah, I'll put Aldo there. Although I wasn't a fan when he was playing, and he just hasn't played anymore, so that kind of lowers his value also. But I'll stop it there. That's as far as I'm moving D tier. So yeah, this is what I'm looking for the Midseason Madness, and I will compare it to my Kickoff Clash in a moment. Alright, so I have put my Kickoff Clash rankings below the last one. I've evened it out much better than I did the last time, where I had so many people in A tier. Just like an unreasonable amount. Bit more even. So, but yeah, so you're gonna be the tier list. Let me know your thoughts. It's very hard to rank the DPS because there's so many of these DPS are crazy good. Like Ons went down a tier, but he like carried the Gladiators in some maps in the finals. And that's just like how good DPS are. Like Flora has been carrying New York, or helping to carry New York with Yaki sometimes. But he's still B tier. Honestly, maybe Ons should be a little bit higher. Maybe this is, hold on, last minute change. I think Ons could, I'll move Ons up. I'll move Ons up 4 spots to put him right in the middle, because his highs are very high, but his lows are pretty low. But yeah, so there it is. Final ranking that I'm going to go with. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Like this video if you like it. Subscribe for more daily Overwatch League content. Thank you so much for watching, and have yourself a good one. Deuces.